Get on in here.
All day I rush around, but I'm still on the ground, on the ground. I'll soon be fluttering if I can find my wings, find my wings. Impatiently, I want to fly today, but I hear a gentle voice inside me say that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. I'm starting to believe I only race with me, only me. I can't give to someone else this journey for myself. It's for myself. Since my best is all I have, it is enough.
Come on in, everybody. Yeah. It's a rough day. But not because Ben died. Ben's in heaven, so we're celebrating. But I had an allergic reaction to some spice last night that Robert put in some pumpkin pie. And I was sick all night long. And I got up and I got dressed this morning at 9 o'clock like I normally do, ready for work. And then about at 3 a.m. I was throwing up, whatever it was, and I felt better after that. So I got up and got dressed. But just a while ago, I just was feeling bad again, and I just got in the bathtub and soaked for about an hour. So this is my bathrobe, and I just washed my hair. So I'm taking care of me today. Taking care of me. Also taking care of arrangements for Ben and doing everything that needs to be done when someone passes away. So just keep Julie and all the family in your thoughts and prayers. And I've been listening to music, and every song reminds me of him and being in heaven with his mama. So here's the arrangements. They are going to have visitation. I've not really been in charge of any of the arrangements since I'm not there. And the Aunt Margie, Ben's other side of the family, she's there. And they're taking care of things. And I told them just to make the arrangements however they needed to do. And things sort of revolved around the pastor that's going to be preaching the service. And they'll have visitation on Monday night from 5 till 8. And the funeral director promised me that it would be socially distanced and mask worn and all kinds of things. Because I said, I don't want this to be another super spreader event. And then there will be services at 1 o'clock on Tuesday in Ridgely, Tennessee, handled by the Dyersburg Funeral Home. And the florist in Dyersburg, or Blossom, is the one the funeral home uses. So Dina's taking care of the flowers for our family. I've set up a American Cancer Society link if any of you want to donate. And everything is appreciated. Just he would get bags of mail when he was in prison from y'all. He would get so many cards and letters. Some of you even tried to send him money and he couldn't have cash money and they had to send it back or send it to his dad. But these the people in the prison didn't know who in the world would get that much mail, and y'all did it. Y'all made him stand out, and he helped a lot of people when he was in prison. And that was the path he had to take to find Jesus. So we don't know what our paths are. We never do. We just know that we go where God sends us. And God sent Ben to prison. Yeah, we all make bad choices in our lives. But the last year of his life, he was wheeling and dealing. His nickname was Flywheel. His nickname was Flywheel. Flywheel. And I'm Fly. He didn't know I was FlyLady. He had no clue I was FlyLady. So he wanted to be buried by his Uncle Dale, who was in my class growing up. And Dale passed away a couple years ago, like his mama passed away a couple years ago. And he had pancreatic cancer, and he died real fast, just real fast, which that's what it does. And Wednesday morning, we found out that Aunt Margie had checked on the plot right next to Dale, and it wasn't available. Just last week, it wasn't available. And then Ben's cousin came to visit and said his mama had to quit paying on the plot, and that all of a sudden it became available. And I sent Julie the money, and she sent somebody else the money, and the woman at the in charge of the cemetery is Julie's aunt. We're all kin down there, all kin. And Julie sent the money to her, and we got a receipt back that Ben has the plot in Ben's name right next to his Uncle Dale. Wasn't that beautiful? Right next to him. And Ben knew it. Ben was told this Wednesday morning. He was told that we got the plot next to, and everything was going to be fine. And the hospice nurse, Rick, had said it'd probably be another 2 or 3 days before he passed. And Julie walked out of the room for 5 minutes, and she walked back in the room Wednesday afternoon at 3:15. It was really 2:44 when she called me. And she says, Marla, I can't get him to wake up. And Marla, I can't get him to wake up. I said, you got to slow down. She was hyperventilating. She was upset. I said, you got to slow down and just take some deep breaths and get the stethoscope and see if you can hear his heartbeat. And she said, I can't tell if it's his heart or mine. And I said, have you called Rick yet? And she said, yeah. And I said, you just sit there with him and hold his hand and talk to him. Yeah, Ben was my nephew. He was my sister Leanne's son. And he was a precious, precious little baby. So he was ready. He told me he was ready. He said, Aunt Marla, I'm ready. He said, I know I'm right with the Lord. Aunt Marla, I'm fine. I'm going to go see Mama. And his Uncle Dale and his sister Sheriff died while he was in prison too. Pray for Ben's dad, Leon. Leon's not doing well. So keep him in your prayers. He's buried both of his children. And we shall get through this. Dina's too sick to travel. She can't ride in the car very far, and it's 19 hours for her. I can't go. I couldn't go see him when he was alive. I can't go see him when he's dead because we're just locked down. It is what it is. I can't run the risk of being sick and not being able to be there for y'all. I'm sorry wasn't able to do anything yesterday, but I was just not doing well. And then last night I had this piece of pie, and I must have been allergic to something in it because I started where I couldn't breathe, and Robert had to get me a Zyrtec, and I was having an allergic reaction to something. I don't know what it was. He thinks it was allspice in the pecan pie. He made a different recipe. And so this morning, well, at 3 o'clock, I was throwing up. And then this morning, Robert took the allspice out of the door. We decluttered a spice today, and he threw it over the back deck. Not the plastic container, just slung the stuff out of it. And we just can't run the risk. Nope, can't run the risk. So I talked to the funeral director, and I said, you let the rest of the family pick out what they want. Put my 2 cents worth in. If it's a black shiny coffin, he'd like it because that's like his car. So they have a black one with a silver finish on it, a silver chrome handles and stuff. And I said he'd like that. So they're gonna pick out things tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Keep the family in your prayers. It's a big family on his dad's side. It's not too big on our side. My nephew Brandon is there. Anyway, I love you all. And I gotta go take care of me. I need some water right now and a little bit dehydrated from throwing up all night. And I just gotta take care of me. I love you all. I will talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. Family Fun Day. I'll see you later. Bye.